Everybody shut up my group, please. Hello people, how are you doing? I hope you had a great week. So, welcome to CHISOM Malachy show. And in case you don't know, I am CHISOM Malachy. I want to say a big thank you to God Almighty for this opportunity once again. And thank you to all of you that have subscribed to my channel. Those of you that have liked, shared, and always put a comment. I appreciate that. God bless you. Today, I'm going to be having a special someone with me today. I will be having this big, great conversation, which is going to be of benefit to you and to myself. Her name is Danielle Elidin. But before I continue, I want to say big hi to this guy behind me, Isaac. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. Yes, Danielle Elidin. Hi, Danielle. How are you? So, Danielle, I think, tell us, I mean, I already know who you are, but let them know who you are. So, who are you?
Alright, hey guys. My name is Danielle, or Elidin for other people. I'm interior designer, hairstylist, and finally I'm a commercial and model runway.
Yes, she is everything.
I speak French too. For the French speaker, je me prénomme Danielle ou encore Elidin. Je suis intérieur décoration. Décoratrice, je voulais dire. Voilà, je suis coiffeuse et je suis modèle. Voilà.
Wow. Okay, I mean, I understood it. I knew exactly what she said.
Are you sure?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I mean,
how to say in French, my name is?
Wait, my name is? Yeah. Je m'appelle?
Oh
my god, I got it! Je m'appelle CHISOM Malachy.
Good job.
I am French by default. Oh my god, I'm actually happy I did that. I thought I was not going to do it. I'm proud of myself. Okay, yeah, so our topic today is who is God to you? Who was God to you as a little child? And who is God to you right now? And did something change? You know, like what triggered the changes from childhood to adulthood? So that's what we're talking about today. Like, you know, knowing God as a child and knowing God as an adult. What is the difference and what prompted these differences?
Well, from my own experience, I grew up, I won't say in a Christian family, but we used to go to church every Sunday with my parents.
Yeah.
And the idea that I had for God, it was a white man, as
Yes.
we used to see like in the picture, like, with a long white dress, sitting on his chair and looking down on the earth. That's the only idea I had to God, and I didn't know that I have to have a relationship with God.
Yes.
Spend time with Him,
God,
praying. It was only going to church and come back. That was it.
Yeah. And I pretty much had the same kind of environment because I grew up in a Christian home. My dad was always preaching to us about God. Like God was like that one big man in heaven with white robes, you know. I didn't know there could be any kind of relationship. It was like he's up there, I'm down here, and that's it, you know. So now as an adult, did anything change for you? Do you still see God as that big white man sits in heaven, looks down on his people, kind of thing?
Okay, I also want to mention something. Like every time, like when Christmas was about to come, I was always excited because we used to repeat, you know, that part where Mary got pregnant and then when she went to give birth to that, you know, I was really excited to get to the Christmas because every Christmas we used to do those scripts. You know,
oh yeah, like the plays in church. Oh yes, yes.
To do it. So I was like, I hope Christmas is coming to do it. You know. So what made the change?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, it's my testimony, so I will share it with you guys.
Yes.
So it was in 2016 or 17. I was going to Russia to study over there, and then I was sleeping in the plane, and I did a dream. And in the dream, our plane was, the plane was shaking like so bad. And I prayed in a dream. I said, Jesus, if you save me from this crash, I will give you my life.
Wow.
And like whenever I finished praying the dream,
Yeah.
I saw like, I mean, there were like all of them were wearing white dresses,
Yeah.
and they came and the plane stopped shaking, and then I woke up like few minutes later, maybe 3 or 4 minutes later.
Yeah.
Whenever I woke up, the plane started shaking. Like that wasn't the dream anymore. It was like
The
the
plane
reality.
actually started to shake.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Same as I saw in the dream, and I pray again. Because that day, guess what? I had a lot of money in my bag. Because my grandma gave me a lot of cash. You know, I was going to study. But whenever I did that prayer, the plane stopped shaking, and I
Wow.
realized that day that, I mean, it wasn't the money that saved me that day. You know, it was the God's grace. And
Yeah.
from that day, I realized that. Like I had to give my life to God. I had to, you know, focus on God and try to work as He wants
Like
to.
that was a deciding moment for you.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
God, you like I give you my life.
Mhm.
That must be terrifying. Like there's a difference when you're having a dream about something and you wake up, you're like, oh, thank God it's a dream, and then to see that dream about to happen, like right immediately,
Yeah.
especially on a plane.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. I would have been so
I
scared.
know.
So that was the point that you like officially kind of gave your life to Christ, you
Yeah.
know, the process of it.
Yeah.
So now your relationship with God progressively at that point, how did it unfold to you?
Okay, so when I reached the land of Russia,
Yeah.
the first thing I did when I got to my room, I named my name down.
Yeah.
I say it.
I mean, you knelt down, yeah.
I knelt down and I said, I thank God. I said, Jesus, I'm grateful. I thank you. I want to work with you. Like, show me what to do, you know. And then I went to YouTube.
Yeah.
I find that man. It's called Ivan Castano. It's a friend. I mean, he lives in France. He's a pastor. Like, his church is called ICC. And that's how I start learning how to pray, how to worship God. Because
Yeah.
he loves to worship.
Oh, yeah.
He can spend like 2 hours only to sing for God.
Wow.
You know, and that's my best moment ever. You know, I can be here not talking, just singing for God. You know, that's how I started learning how to
And
pray,
then-
how to have a relationship with God.
I like that because your heart started yearning to have, like, you wanted to know who this God is. So it's not like the God that sits in heaven anymore. You're like, it was beyond that. You wanted to know, who is this God? Can I get to know you more? Can I get to understand you more? So what would you say your relationship with God is right now?
Well, it's now more than that white man that I used to see when I was a child.
Yeah.
It's more a dad,
Oh, yes.
a teacher,
Yes.
a brother, a savior, someone that can correct me whenever I do something wrong too. Someone that can teach me things that I don't know. Someone who is
Yeah.
patient with me. You know.
Patience, definitely.
Yeah. Now, I mean, the difference is huge, you know.
Yes,
huge,
it's huge.
Mhm.
Wow, that is beautiful. You know, it's almost like similar to, you know, my own experience with God. You know, I grew up in a Christian family. God was up there, I was down here. I didn't really have a relationship with God per se. But I think one of the triggers for me was when I went to boarding school. You know how your parents are always preaching, but you don't know that those words are actually sinking. You know, until you are faced with something and then you start pulling them out. You're like, oh wow, I didn't know I had this. So when I went to secondary school, boarding school in Nigeria is a whole lot, you know. Especially it was an all girls school. So my challenges there, you know, I started bringing out who I was, like, you know, all those teachings my father was giving to me actually was glued to me, but I didn't know it was there. So whenever I had a problem, I would see myself wanting to pray to God. So that was my journey. That's when my journey started, to like on trying to know who God is, you know, trying to, like, I would pray to him and stuff like that. But now, like, being grown and adults as I am right now, it's like it's beyond that. It's more like, I don't know how to put it. It's just like a friend, like somebody that is always there, you know. Because I have had emotional, like I've had emotional, physical, mental stress, and I see myself like I'm yelling, like I'm talking to him, like I'm talking, like he's the one person I know that understands me, you know. Of course, he made me, right? So that transition is amazing, you know, because he's no longer a God that sits up there for me and just looks down on people, or a God that I have to go to church. You know, there's some people that still believe that you will go to church, God lives there, and all that stuff. Like, it's beyond just knowing that God stays in church. You know, like you go to church to get encouraged, to hear the preachings and everything, but it's more of your heart. So, like, your what would you tell your, let's say, your 10-year-old self, if you had to meet your 10-year-old self in the past? What would you tell your 10-year-old self of, like, this God, what would you tell her?
Okay. Well, first of all, I will never show him that those pictures that my parents used to show me, that white man that represent God.
What is that white thing?
I don't know.
I don't know that analogy.
I will never tell him that, you know. Well, I will just tell him that God is real.
Yeah.
You cannot see him physically,
Yes.
but you can see him through me and through people around him. You know, because this is who God is.
Yes.
Because the Bible said that there is this verse in the Bible where the Bible said that I was hungry, you didn't give me food. I didn't have clothes, you didn't give me clothes to wear. That means that your brother, your sister can represent God.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
So I will try to make him realize that God is in every person around him. You know. Yeah.
You don't have to wait for one thunderstorm,
exactly, and
lightning, thunder to happen for you to realize that God. That's what you said is amazing. You said God is in every one of us. It's through us.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
that is okay. I mean, this is the first time I'm having an understanding of that statement. You know, and that brings you, like, you know, when they say because this Instagram post I saw, they were like, God, like, non-Christians, they don't read the Bible, they read us. We are the people they read. You know, so if you claim to be a Christian and your life is not showing any of that, like, you know, what is it exactly? So it's our lives that show who God is. God shows himself through us. Wow. Oh my God, Danielle. If you leave me here, we're going to have this talk, you know, for hours and hours and non-stop. I am really a big, like everybody knows, I am passionate about God, and I'm passionate about people understanding that God is beyond a man or whatever imagination that sits up there. Because in as much as it might sound crazy, there's a lot of Christians, adult Christians in church, that subconsciously still have this idea, you know, that God is not just one person that sits in heaven and looks down on people. He is someone that is running for a relationship. If you look in the Bible, in Genesis, when God made Adam and Eve, he would come down and talk to them. Like, his presence will come and talk to them. He wants that kind of relationship where we even tell him about food we eat, down to the water we drink. Like, those details we think that God doesn't need to know. Like, that is how much he yearns to be a part of our lives. You know? So he's not like some big scary God that if you do something bad, that part. Or if you do something, God is going to punish you. You're gonna die if you do something. God is gonna do this and that. Oh my God.
I remember. Also, I have one thing to say. I remember that year. I think it was 2013 or 14 when my grandma lost her husband, and then days after she got sick. And I'm really close to my grandma, like close. Whenever she's sick, I can feel it here.
Wow.
So I went to pray in my room because I was worried that we lost her too, you know.
Wow.
And while I was praying, God, like I heard the voice. It wasn't only the voice, but the feeling
The
too.
feeling, yeah.
Cause my grandma, she used to say, "Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to follow my husband." And then God told me that, "Tell your grandma." Cause every time people come, like, used to come to her to ask her if she was good, she was like, "No, I'm not feeling good. I probably will die like in few days, like my husband." And God told me to tell her to stop saying that she's not feeling good. Because it was what she was saying that impacted her life. He told me to tell her to stop saying it, that she has to respond that she's feeling good. She's good,
And she's not going to die.
And she's not going to die. And from that day, she started feeling better and better and better.
Wow.
So God is real. He's just everywhere,
God is real. God is real.
Yeah.
And He's everywhere through every one of us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Danielle, for this wonderful opportunity. And thank you for sharing that testimony and that plane. Like, if I was the one on that plane, oh my, I don't even know what I'm going to do.
I was scared.
Because I will be so terrified.
I know.
I'll be so scared to get on any plane. I'm not even going to lie.
I know.
Thank you, guys. I hope you've learned something today. So the goal is for you not to see God as someone that sits up there and looks down on His people. He is a father. He is a friend. He's a brother. He's a sister. God is everything. And I don't even know how we use He. Well, yeah. Anyways, God is here. God is in you. God is in us. And He shows Himself through every one of us. So you go to church to get encouraged, to learn about God, to grow. God does not live in church. Because some people be like, oh, we're going to church today. Today's Sunday. No, let's not misbehave. No. God is with you every single moment, every single minute, every single day. There is no day without Him. Like, He is the reason for the existence in general. So that is who God is, And I hope that is who God is to you. And if He's not that person to you yet, know that He is there, available for Him to be that to you. Okay?
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Also, like, when I was child, I didn't know that I can talk to God without asking a pastor to pray for me. I was thinking that I can get to God through the pastor, only through the pastor.
Oh yeah.
I didn't have this relationship with God. I didn't know that I can talk to Him anytime, anywhere. I can, it was just religion.
It's religion. And to think that there's actually a lot of us that should do that.
Yeah.
People cannot pray if their pastor is not praying and that with them. Like, anything happens, pastor first. I mean, the pastors are great, men of God are there to guide us and encourage us, but they're not God, If you have a problem, you can still talk to God about it, not coming through, like, going through a pastor is good. It's good sometimes, because they know better than you, so they'll walk you through that, they can give you messages and encourage you, but not that, because, like, you know what I'm saying. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying, and that's exactly what you just said, right? That's exactly what you just said. So please, if you're one of those people that go to church or any small thing you're calling your pastor, try not. I mean, don't. It's not very, because you are limiting yourself. You're limiting your relationship with God, because your relationship with God is now dependent on that man of God, and that's why some people, when the man of God messed up, they get discouraged because your faith is on that man of God, not God Himself.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's why you're like, oh, that pastor did something. Oh my God. You start saying horrible things about, because you were indirectly worshiping the man of God instead of God Himself.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, je suis d'accord avec elle. Elle a raison.
Oh yes, and that she said too.
What did I say?
She said, yes, that she agreed with what I said.
Oh my God.
Wait, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I did it.
The Holy Spirit is here. I can even understand French. Oh my God. You know what? This is wonderful. I feel like I speak French, guys.
Oh
I understand French.
She started. We've been living together for 3 years.
I used to take French classes when I was a kid. I stopped taking it. It was so hard for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Bonjour, elle Like, why do you have to do your tongue like that to you?
Okay, how to say good morning in French?
I mean, good morning is bonjour.
Oh,
Bonjour. Yes, I know that one. Yes.
Yeah, good job.
Bonjour, ça va? Comment bien? Okay, I know those intro, those little ones.
That's good.
Thank you so much, Danielle.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
I really, really appreciate this. Like, you know, I love you. Danielle is my buddy. My, like, we are meant to be. This friendship was meant to happen.
I usually say that if she was a man, I would have
Like, it would have been perfect. Like, it would have been so perfect. Like, no problems at all.
I know.
But God knows the best.
She's the fire, I'm the water.
Yes,
she's
I am.
more energetic. I'm more calm.
I am you know, usually in every friendship I always like friendship that I have, I'm always like the calm one, like the mother, the caring one. But in this case, she is taking that role. Like it feels weird. Like I'm now the one that is noisy, and she's the okay, she's so it's okay, relax. But thank you so much. I had fun, and I hope you did too. You know, I learned. You know, I learned something like the understanding that God is works through us. Like God is in us, everyone. You know, that is something new. You know, I have learned today, and I hope that you watching that you've learned something today about who God is, relationship with God, and all of that. Danielle, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Merci.
Oh, de rien, de rien. Je t'en prie. Merci à vous. Subscribez, likez, d'accord. Nous avons besoin de votre soutien, surtout pour elle. Voilà. J'espère que vous allez bien et puis voilà, on se revoit plus tard.
Everything she said. Yes.
Oh my god! Period.
Oh my god. Thank you guys for watching, and please remember, subscribe, like she said, share, and like, guys. Leave your comments. I would like to know what your views are. What is your relationship with God as a child and versus now as an adult? I mean, for those of us that are grown, if you're still a child, you can leave your comments still. You know? Thank you guys so much. See you guys next time. I'm going to bring you guys varieties of stuff. This show is amazing. If you have not subscribed, run and subscribe right now. Thank you so much and have a great one.
Donc on fait plein de câlins. Au revoir.
Bye. How do you say love you in French?
Je t'aime.
Je t'aime.
Okay, if you want to talk to person, je vous aime.
Je vous aime.
Oh my god!
Oh my. Je vous aime.